The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE since his WrestleMania 40 loss to Cody Rhodes, ending his 1,316-day title reign. But crowds within WWE have been clamoring him for a return as chants for Roman, please come back, have got louder and louder each and every week. Here, I will delve into how WWE, I think, should book Roman Reigns' return to the WWE, and I'll go into all the little intricacies to sort of see how that would work out. But what's going on, guys? It is Ketch, back with another video on the channel. If you do like and enjoy this, please make sure you subscribe, as I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, so any help and support on the channel will be much appreciated. But let's get straight into it. Obviously, since Roman Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, Solo Sikoa has been running a bootleg version of the Bloodline. He's the de facto tribal chief leader, and he's brought in common street thugs, is how I'm going to refer to him, in the likes of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa to the Bloodline. He's even called himself the tribal chief and made Tama Tonga his right-hand man, a bit of a nod to Roman Reigns and Jey Uso and Jey Uso was the right-hand man in the early days of the original Bloodline. And I think, you know, obviously the Bloodline needed new members. The OG Bloodline, obviously Jey Uso wasn't part of it, Sami Zayn wasn't part of it, and Jimmy Uso was the last one sort of standing. So they kicked him out of the group post-Mania 40 in a brutal attack, and Jimmy Uso has not been seen on WWE television since that attack. So he's obviously recuperating, and they're probably likely going to bring him back alongside Roman down the line at some point. I just don't know particularly when they'll do this. The other thing that's sort of difficult in sort of booking something like this is the fact that Roman Reigns' part-time schedule only means he shows up on a certain amount of dates per year. And so I think from what I've been researched on this topic, Roman is meant to be showing up on the SmackDown, I believe the SmackDown before SummerSlam. Now obviously the plans can change and this might not be the case come a couple weeks time. You know, if Reigns does indeed show up on that SmackDown, I feel like his return would be a bit wasted. So I reckon WWE, and I know how Triple H would probably work, he'd probably save Roman's return for SummerSlam. And there's been sort of hints to a Roman Reigns return on the latest episode of SmackDown. Solo Sikoa anointing Tama Tonga as the right hand man, and Paul Heyman announcing Solo as the new tribal chief whilst Roman is gone. Also to the fact that, you know, in a match against Kevin Owens and the Street Profits, Solo used Roman's finishing move, the spear, and then did that thing with his tongue where when Roman does a spear, he does the tongue across his lips. I'll add a sort of visual of it here so you can sort of see what I'm talking about. And then they destroyed Kevin Owens by putting him through the announce table with a triple powerbomb, which is one of Roman's big finishes from his Shield days. So there's a lot of references to Roman Reigns, and I think, you know, now that they're more direct in the references, it's just gonna, you know, bring his return forward. And you know, people have been clamoring for this return for some time. You know, the chants are getting louder and louder each week. During each Bloodline segment, they're saying we want Roman. And you know, it's a bit annoying as a fan watching it, because you know, when he's there they don't say that sort of stuff, but now that he's not there they want him back. So it's like, it's sort of, the fans don't know what they want half the time. Add to the fact that Cody Rhodes' championship reign has been slightly underwhelming. I feel like his feud with AJ Styles has been great, but it's sort of been fodder. Well, not fodder, sort of secondary to the Bloodline feud again, which is good. It means different people are getting spots in TV, but you shouldn't really have your main champion sort of, you know, being a bit out of the limelight. But it is what it is, and that just shows you how good Roman Reigns' title reign really was. I think the best way to sort of bring Roman back, it will be at SummerSlam, definitely. And I think it has to be in like a Bloodline segment, obviously. So I think obviously Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa will be obviously holding court. They'll be probably demolishing someone in the ring, likely maybe one of the Usos. Maybe Jimmy Uso comes back the week before SummerSlam, and then, you know, Jey Uso tries to come save him because he's his twin brother and all that sort of stuff, but they're getting demolished by Solo, Tama and Tonga. Oh, sorry, Tonga Loa that is now. And then, you know, Paul Heyman's in the corner screaming, going, why are you doing this? You know, these are your family, these are your, you know, your blood, your bloodline. And then that's when Roman Reigns' music will hit to a thunderous pop that we have not seen since the days of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He'll come out with, you know, purpose, with swagger, with vengeance on his mind, and he'll be like, what are you guys doing? Sort of thing. He'll probably play like he'll sort of play like a poker face sort of role, like almost like embracing Solo for taking charge. But then you go, but this is my bloodline, this is my house, this is my show. And then him and then a recovering Jimmy and Jey will then help take down Solo, Tama and Tonga, just for, you know, being silly and stupid and running the bloodline in his absence when, they got no idea how to run it. And then Paul Heyman will get his, he's got that look in his eye, that face, he'll get it back and he'll side with his tribal chief. He'll have his hair all nice and dyed again, because he did this thing last year where Roman was off screen for some time and he actually let his hair go grayer and grayer each week. So I hope he brings that back, because that was quite an interesting visual what we saw last year. But I think also in booking this return, it's sort of setting up a match between the original bloodline, likely to be Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and potentially Sami Zayn, up against Solo, Tanga Loa, Tama Tonga, and probably The Rock would probably be the last member of the Solo's, post Mania 40 bloodline, if you want to put it that way. I think The Rock is calling the shots and he's directing Solo in a certain way. Solo is telling Heyman that he's, been talking to the tribal chief when Heyman has not been talking to Roman Reigns, and so this has made Heyman a bit nervous and on edge, and he's shitting his pants every time he's around Solo Sikoa. Add to the fact that Tama Tonga is quite, The Rock is pretty much calling the shots. I think that we'll see more teasers to The Rock and him calling the shots, and we'll probably see the final boss back at some point post SummerSlam. Definitely think this is the right time for Roman to return as a major babyface, not for just the pop he will get, but I think now's the right time. He's been a heel for the best part of 4 years since he returned in 2020. And I think, when they tried to force him as a face down, the fans' throats back when he split from the Shield, it didn't really work and the fans revolted against him. But now Roman has, honed his craft, so to speak. He's become much better in the ring, a much better promo person. He can cut the brilliant promos as you've seen over the last 4 years. And, I think that experience comes, just been more comfortable doing it. I guess the pandemic really helped him in sort of being able to perfect that skill. So when when fans did come back in 2022, he was able to do it in a much, much better way. But that being said, he definitely does deserve this return as a babyface. And I think it'll be a feud that carries us through to Survivor Series and beyond. I definitely think that is the match, the OG bloodline versus the Rock bloodline. And it'll probably culminate with a match at Mania 41 between the Rock and Roman. I think Cody Rhodes will probably be woven into this story somehow. Obviously, Roman Reigns still does have a rematch in his clause for that title that he lost at Mania 40. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I definitely think, the return of Roman Reigns is definitely needed for WWE. But having him away from it, having his time off like he deserves, is given other players in the bloodline a much bigger presence on TV and on screen, and they're now more dangerous individuals. So I think, they've definitely done the right thing. But yeah, I think Roman Reigns' return is definitely needed for WWE, and he's going to get an absolute monster pop when he comes back. So I guess we'll have to look forward to that. But that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you would have done or how you would have booked Roman Reigns' return. I enjoy reading all the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another upload, and I'll see you with another video very soon. Have a good one, guys. See ya.